Have you ever been stuck doing something you did not want to do? Not possessing the free will to choose your own path, but instead forced to follow along in someone else's story. I suppose I ought to introduce our main character. This is Jonah.
Ow!
Have you ever been stuck doing something you did not want to do? Not possessing the free will to choose your own path, but instead forced to follow along in someone else's story. I suppose I ought to introduce our main character. This is Jonah.
Ouch!
He used to be a great prophet of God, so great in fact that God entrusted him with a mission.
A narrator who was so smitten by Jonah, he opted to let him and his deceased friend out of the whale.
My word, can you hear me?
No, I'm hearing voices in my head that just so happen to sound just like your voice. Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Shouldn't you have made me introduce yourself, I don't know, before you started creepily watching me for the past 3 days? But since we're making proper introductions now, maybe you can start with your name.
No. It's my job to tell the story. And if you don't mind, I'm going to get back at doing just that.
You ever think about quitting?
What?
I'm just saying, you did a pretty half-assed job of getting me out of this whale. I mean, that's why you're here, isn't it?
A pretty bold statement, coming from the man who got himself stuck in a well in the first place.
Okay, I'm out. Catch you later.
Hold up there, Mr. Protagonist. The story isn't over yet.
Not my problem. I'm leaving.
Oh no, look out. Oh well, I tried.
All right, fine. If I do as you ask, will you get me out of this damn hellhole? Please?
Well, since you ask so nicely, why yes, I think I will. Now, as I was saying, after a wretched 3 days and 3 nights inside the stomach, Jonah got down on his knees and begged God for forgiveness. He proclaims to the Lord that he'll go to Nineveh and preach to its people.
Do I have to? Really? Okay, fine. I'm sorry, okay? I'll go now. I'll go to Nineveh. Anything? Gonna make me move or anything? Fine.
Jonah, now free from his fishy prison, emerges from the great sea. Now arise, I command thee, arise and go to Nineveh.
Stop pretending to be God, Morgan Freeman. I know it's you.
Your choice has already been made. Are you really going to run away from the promise again? Is that what you want to be remembered for?
What have I done? The storm! It's my fault! I'm running away from the Lord!
Why have you done this to us?
I know, I'm sorry. Just throw me overboard. It's the only way to be safe.
But Jonah, you'll die.
It doesn't matter anymore. Why should I be given a second chance?
Prophet who ran away? Jonah, are you listening to me, Jonah? Good. That's right. And thus begins Jonah's epic quest to...
You know they can see what's happening, you idiot.
How dare you?
That's a nice song.
Thank you, I chose it.
Do you mind?
Why are you carrying a skeleton?
You know, for the past 5,000 miles, I spent 10 miles to Nineveh. That doesn't make any sense. I'm thirsty.
Who is that?
Couldn't you have gone before we left?
Inappropriate.
So, your name is what again? Whoa. What? You still here?
He's totally lost.
No, I'm not lost. I know exactly where we're.
Ooh, that was awkward.
You're focusing on this random out-of-place cactus? Oh, perfect, just what we need. Here, if anyone comes, just wake me. Were you here a couple hours ago? Where did we even get all this stuff?
Rough week?
Don't even. Okay, yeah, I'm lost. This is taking forever! Yeah! Come on, baby, get a load of this!
Jonah will be responsible and follow God's commands without getting distracted.
Alright, fine, I'm sorry. I'll go now. There goes all my fun. Why'd you gotta be such a prick? Hey! Hey, over there! Hey! Are you lost? Oh, you're looking for the promised land, right? Oh, here. What you want to do is pick a direction. Literally any direction. Then you can go that way for about 40 years. All right? Come on, you got this. Get out of here.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's really a nice beard. I mean, really, if I was gonna be a narrator hiding in a Bible film, that's exactly the kind of beard I'd choose. Oh yeah, just really nice, great Dollar Tree looking. Okay. Okay, that's just lazy. Would you stop it with these enormous title cards? They already know where we are.
No, title cards are important. And now has come the moment, the time for Jonah to do what he was sent to do. Warn the citizens of Nineveh of their impending doom and preach to them to repent from their vile way.
Where is everyone?
Despite his hesitation, Jonah is here and knows what he must do.
Land of Nineveh, in 40 days and 40 nights, your city will be overturned. Repent, and your city may be saved. In 39 days and 39 nights, your city will be overturned. In 32 days, your city will be destroyed. In 21 days, your city will be overturned. But who cares? Clearly the director doesn't, or else he hired some more extras for this stinking ghost town. You know the best part about preaching to a town with no one in it? Is preaching to a town with no one in it! 12 days, 7 days, 4 days, 1 day. Just one more day.
All right. Well, I am clocking out for the night. See you in the morning.
Good night. Good night, Miguel. Thank you.
My God! What in the hell is that ungodly noise? Wait a minute. I think I am God. What is it?
Good morning, boys.
Yes, well, at long last, Jonah has reached his final day in Nineveh.
Yep. Let's go.
Jonah, exhausted by his effort, can finally rest, for the Lord has provided him a great tree with a fine view of the city. He hungers to watch over the city and see the results of his hard work.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pass on that one.
But don't you want to see if the people repented or not?
Nope. I'm done. I'm leaving this story.
That's right. Yes.
Thank you for following along in my story, my friend. You've given me companionship, comic relief, and a Greek chorus.
What are you doing?
And now, you have the free will to go, my friend. Have your own adventure. Live your own life. Don't let any impertinent, onion-eyed, imbecile of a narrator take that away from you.
How dare you?
You can't leave. I must finish telling the story.
Good luck trying to keep up with me as I run off into the sunset.
No, Jonah. No, wait. Jonah. No. Stop it. No, I'm... Jonah. No. What the hell is going on?
Cut. All right, that's a wrap, people. Miguel, darling, beautiful as always.
No, wait. My job isn't done yet.
I said cut. The story is over. We're done.
What? No, wait. My job isn't done yet. There's still more to the story.
Listen, darling. You may have been the one telling the story, but I'm the one who's always been in control of it.
Hold up. I'm sorry. What the going on? Okay, no.
Can you come up here, Graho? Oh. They may have left actually, which is it's okay. But he got out of a Q&A this time, but we will see him again, and I'll get him there. But we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna go with Flago Danny by Alex Kennedy, and Alex Kennedy is here, right, Alex? Right? Thank you for correcting me. Before we start your film, can you give us 3 words, just only 3 words to describe what we can expect? Homelessness, mercy, and pain. We heard it there. Homelessness, mercy, and pain. Let's give it up for Alex Kennedy.
What do you think you're doing here, old man?
No, just let me gather my stuff and I'll be gone. I'll be out of your way.
I told you I wanted you gone yesterday.
Another landlord kicked me out. I've got nowhere to go.
I don't care. I wanted you gone
I
yesterday.
need a place to sleep for a few nights. I've got a big day tomorrow. Please, no.
I'm about to teach you a lesson, old man.
Not my stuff.
God bless.
Next, please. Sir, are you going to order?
Hey, Brittany. What's my daughter's name? Can I get a chicken sandwich, please? And some fries? And a soda, please.
Is that all?
Ooh, and one of those chocolate chip cookies.
Sure. That'll be $6.11.
Oh, sure. Did prices go up? I've only got $5.21. Can we take the chocolate chip cookie off, please? And what would it come to then?
$5.46.
Would you have a quarter you could spare?
Sorry, sir, we can't do that. Store policy.
I see. Can we just take the fries off then too?
Okay. That'll be $4.92.
Okay. Are you hiring? If so, can I get an application? I can start tomorrow.
No, sorry.
It's just that when I came in over there, I saw a hiring sign right over there.
Yeah, I forgot to take it down. Sorry.
Oh. Thank you.
And it's so
Put your faith and fears upon the wheel, and all we have we long to hold. If we're all mirrors, then who can tell if we ever truly see ourselves? And we'll keep hiding either way. And oh, I know you feel so small. Isn't that the point of it all? Are you hanging on?
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm at the same place. Yeah, Fifth Ave. Yeah, where you sending me at 3rd?
Oh no, no, no.
No, man. Oh, you're dead.
That was close.
Hello?
I'm sorry, sir.
Who's there?
I'm sorry. I'll be leaving. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Peter?
I
My gosh, Peter. Never thought I'd see you.
I'm putting you on medical discharge. I'm sorry, Peter.
Here, come inside. Is everything okay?
I'm okay.
Here, have a seat. Could I get you anything? Coffee, tea, water?
Some water would be good. Thank you.
Yeah. Man, how have you been?
I'm okay.
I didn't even know you lived around here.
I move around a lot.
Get you some more water.
This is a nice place. Do you own it?
Yeah, I do. About 5 years now. Where are you working at these days? Peter, I'm hiring. Would you like a job?
I would love a job.
Could you start tomorrow?
Oh yes, I can do that. I can do that.
It's the least I could do for you. Great. Let's get you something to eat.
Hey, folks, your server will be right with you, okay? Hey, Peter, you got a two-top at 19.
Thank you, Roger. Good evening, folks. My name's Peter, and I will be your server this evening. May I get you some drink?
Wow. Alex, can you come up here for a couple questions? We'd love to ask you what was the movie magic that we just saw. Round of applause. That was such a great message. Hi, I'm gonna have you holding this mic so that our live
Oh, okay, cool.
This one you don't necessarily have to speak into.
It's just the prop. Cool. So this film is titled Blood. It's actually my cinematography final that I took on Huntington University, and the reason I created it, one, we were given a short snippet of like just here's a little tiny film idea, right? And you're not given either a beginning or an end or a middle, and you got to fill in the general. And the title was Gratitude, and it was basically a homeless person that was just at a park, and he felt the breeze in the air. He felt he had good shoes on, etc. Right? And I just took that idea and I ran with it. How can I make it much better? How can I elaborate this story? And as I was kind of creating it, I had a lot of feedback from my professor, and in order to kind of like, how do I tell this story, you know, and everything, but something. I titled it Blood is because I adopted at the age of 7, and I'm just so grateful. And being States and just the people around me and the love, and the reason I chose a homeless veteran, I think that a lot of people, especially with what's going on in the world right now, there's a lot of people that they're taking for granted, you know, the homeless people, they're taken for granted, especially when there's tons of, as soon as they get out of the military, they don't know what to do. There's no real support system for them. And with what we see with Peter, he gets out of the military and he saves a life, and they part ways with and they never see each other again for so years. And we don't know the backstory of these and the things that they have to go through, the constant emotional and you know, hearing stories even from my main actor who did in and just hearing when he was stories he would tell me of going into Wendy's and you know, basically being treated like, hey, get out of here, you're not supposed to be here. And basically I wanted to represent society. For granted. still try to convey that emotion and that intensity that I really wanted to bring in the scene. So that was probably one of the biggest downfalls that I had. And then the fact that we just had a small crew right off the get-go. We had about 5 or 6 people running the entire crew. So being efficient, we were basically turning what's supposed to be really a day shoot into a full 3-day shoot. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, go ahead. This film? Who inspired me? I think it was. I mean, I always say for me, it's personally God's always inspired me and had me create these stories that just kind of pop up as we're taking a shower and we're just thinking things through and how do we create a story? How do we tell? How do we stretch it out? But I wouldn't say it's exactly one specific person. It's a culmination of all the different experiences that I've had, the people that I've seen, the people that I've met, the people that we drive by and stuff, and just seeing their faces and seeing the hurt and just kind of running with that and saying, well, how can we tell this side of a story that a lot of people are afraid to either tell or even to acknowledge, So yeah, thank you for the question.
We got room for one more question. And one last question for Alex while we have him up here.
Did you guys see my appearance?
You look great.
Oh, Ted's too.
Well, again, Alex, that was an amazing story told. I definitely feel like I've definitely got the message of you're not going to be the next person, regardless if you don't know what they did. So thank you for that reminder. I hope you continue making films, keep putting Arizona on the map, making us proud. We look forward to seeing more of your work. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
And next on our roster, we have One Person Can Make a Difference by Monte Mendoza. I hope you guys enjoy this one as well.
It all started with a short story. What I thought was a creative writing assignment turned out to be a life-changing event. After I wrote that story, I began picking up one piece of trash every day. Soon after that, I was picking up more and more trash each day. But since 1974, I've picked up thousands of pounds of trash. I lost that story long ago, but the inspiration it gave me inspires me to keep going out every day and pick up more trash. I will only pick up trash if I have a plastic bag with me or if there's a trash can nearby. Some of the most common things I pick up are cigarette butts, cups, straws, bottles, aluminum cans, food packaging, and broken glass. I've been picking up trash for over 45 years. It has been my primary way of contributing to the earth and to the people that live on it. I pray that I'll have the ability to continue this beneficial endeavor for many, many years to come. One person can make a difference.
Topics, the Homeless Outreach Program Integrated Care System, is a division of a much larger nonprofit called Special Service for Groups.
So I'm the executive director of Special Service for Groups.
I'm Veronica Lewis. I'm the director of Topics, which is a division of Special Service for Groups.
Marion Sanders. I am a deputy director here at Topics.
Erica Vitalia. I'm the manager of community engagement and social impact at Topics.
Daniel Williams. I am the program evaluation and data manager here at Topics.
LA County is broken down into 8 service planning areas.
Topics is the leading agency in SPA 6.
A geographic region that contains South LA, Linwood, Compton, and Paramount.
We have some large foundation grants, but I would say 95% of it is from public entities.
HUD says you have to count. You have to do this point in time count. You're receiving funding from us.
If we don't have the accurate numbers, then we can't advocate for appropriate funding, which means that we are not receiving enough to support our clients that are in need of housing and other wraparound services.
The homeless count is actually, in concept, a no-brainer. You have to have this.
The planning begins earlier because at some points it used to start like really pick up in October, which is way too late.
So the planning stages of it, you have to try to think of all of the possibilities of things that might go wrong and make sure you have contingency plans in place so that those things can't go wrong.
Normally a homeless count would look like a big, let's say, large conference room. There's a projector set up, folks come in, they register, they watch their training, they get to ask questions, and they go.
The environment that we're in with COVID, you have to put all of these other kind of safety measures and contingencies in place that you wouldn't normally have.
So just looking at different systems that work already, we have drive-through testing. Why can't we have a drive-through count?
This is the first year that we use technology to do the count.
The app is new and it was created by Aikido Labs.
Previous years we used a tally sheet.
And I like to say they basically shrink geography through technology and try to make sure that we're able to kind of do our work in a more efficient way.
Kind of a little less touch because we could just download the app instead of exchanging papers and stuff like that, right?
All registration forms have to be signed. Some forms were electronic, some forms were not, so we had to make sure all of them were signed.
It was a lot because we were responsible for finding the deployment sites, we were responsible for continuing to check and see if people have volunteers.
SPA 6, we needed anywhere between 800 to 1,000 volunteers.
Folks want to feel empowered. Folks want to be a part of the solution. Why not allow them to count as well? So empowering folks to do that.
You just have to be inspired by people who come out to volunteer to do that.
Us also sending our expertise to other areas to support, because I mean, we can identify the homeless service issue a lot different from a volunteer.
There's nobody better. These are people with direct experience. I mean, when I talk about direct experience, not only where people live, they know these people by name.
You're counting cars, RVs, makeshift shelters, tents. You're making sure you're counting if it's a family or not, if there's any minors involved.
In planning these large events that are affecting Topics, but of course affecting every agency in SPA 6, affecting every homeless individual in SPA 6, I think it's important to engage the community around conversation. Hey guys, what do you think is gonna work? What are you all doing for your deployment sites? This is what we're thinking about doing for our deployment site. What are your thoughts on that? Again, got their feedback, their buy-in, got their support, and then started to really look at logistically what that would look like. So going to our site, making sure the parking lot was structured in a way that we could have a nice flow of traffic, and also working with LASA to understand the barriers at the other deployment sites. I want to make sure that, you know, Topics, we're good, but I want to make sure everybody else is good.
Central Alameda and yeah, so once you have your track names, you're going to click on it.
Our track come back.
Thank you so much.
And that's Sonia! It's not safe. Huh?
Be asked to upload their track, and so they will sit in the lot until it is their time. If you have a question, tell folks to put on their hats. Also be supporting them with filling out their waivers. After that, then they will be provided their supplies. Make sure that their vehicles have their placards on them, and then they will be asked to go. Welcome. Okay.
Hi, I'm Councilman Curran Price, representing District 9 here in the city of Los Angeles. Hopix is leading us tonight on an effort to count those who are homeless. It's a real challenge. We know that resources will flow from this count, services will flow, so it's important that we be as accurate as possible.
I am your supervisor, Holly Mitchell. I have the privilege of representing the residents of the 2nd Supervisorial District, the district that has the disproportionate share of LA County's unhoused at 34%. So the fact that you are counting tonight in the area in Spot 6 is very important to me and very important to making sure that everybody is clear that, quite frankly, our housing crisis doesn't impact every community, every group equally.
Your package for the Zoom link? Nice. But I will do a couple comments.
And who?
We'll be kind of roaming around.
You ready, counter?
So we're on 92nd. We're going east.
Number of individuals 18 or 24 years old. Number of unaccompanied minors under 18. And then there'll be number of cars, number of vans, number of campers or RVs, number of tents, and number of makeshifts. So you have to see them by one of these criteria. So right where that red dot,
That's where we are right now, the red dot.
So that small little square in the middle, that's what we're responsible for. The vans or the vehicles will have cardboard boxes all around the windows or like shirts.
You can identify them by expired tags or flat tires.
It's kind of hard to explain. You just know when you see it. Like you just know it.
There's a tip right here.
Yeah. Look down at Ellie, nothing. You can count that one.
The car?
Yeah, I can guarantee.
Is it 1 or 2?
One. Residential streets, you'll see them on a corner, but you'll never see them in the middle. You'll see the cars, like if they're sleeping in the cars, they'll be on the middle part.
A year ago, this is a pretty big hotspot.
It's usually going to be hotspots due to residential complaints or the business owner complaints.
Cleanups have been common lately. Well, have always been common. Would you call this a makeshift? Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
1?
Yeah.
53, 5200. We're hitting all of the borders.
The car right here, you count one of his cars.
Okay. I think the clients are aware that once they see a white van that looks like this, they normally walk up and ask for food, clothes, or water. Oh, she got energy.
Woo!
I need her kind of energy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Can we have him pull up for just a second?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Just pull up, just pull up to the front where that camera is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
001A. Got a question, Nate?
I can't believe we have no more tracks.
It worked out. It worked out.
I'm just amazed at my people who understand and then have created the methodology to go canvass these areas.
We keep over 1,200, people, including 300 plus children off the street every single night, just in our Hopix program. Like, we do a lot of stuff that addresses the immediate issue to help save lives and get people housed.
I oversee the system of care. So the system by which people experiencing homelessness access housing and homeless services.
So one of my biggest community engagement pieces is through my team. My team, they are all various experts.
People are working really hard to solve this issue, but it's a big issue, right? So it's taking time.
It didn't just start today. You didn't have 60,000 folks today. When the Olympics was coming in 1984, they pushed all the people into downtown, and it's taken decades, quite frankly, of lack of investment, lack of political will.
Affordable housing, we all know, is the answer. Access to housing, we all know, is the answer. Getting to the point where we have enough resources to create those opportunities is the answer.
Push the elected officials, push the decision makers, advocate in your community so that we can address this at a systemic level.
It's the political leadership that has to make commitments, whether directly or indirectly by no action. They're making decisions about what level of homelessness is acceptable.
I would encourage people to step back and question their own narrative or question the narratives of other people around them.
Those are our neighbors. Whether they live in a house or not, they still live in your neighborhood, right? So those are our neighbors out there.
Homelessness can be anybody. It could be myself, it could be you.
It just doesn't happen in Skid Row, okay?
Being tied to the issue, even if it's just providing volunteership or mentorship to one person.
You don't want a populace to say this is just what is.
I think that human interaction, that human connection, it can't be bought.
This is us. I mean, when you take a look at it, hey, this is us.
Veronica's out here. Look at her.
Oh, there she go right there. That's what I'm talking about. See, now how many agencies are you gonna have the lead person that's out
Big
here
dog.
with the people?
Freezing.
She ain't gotta be out here.
Freezing with us.
But you know what? You guys also show your staff that comes from the top, right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
also show your staff that you work just as hard as them.
Isn't that a great message to take away from? It really does take a village to make stuff happen. I think a lot of times we forget that people are going through stuff. I know a lot of times, even with the last film, if you see someone on the street, people are quick to judge, but people don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. So if anything, films like this, it makes us realize that we really got to be mindful to be there for one another. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, right? We all suffer just in different ways, but it's such a great message when we see people coming together. And speaking of coming together, this next group of people came together to create The Overcoming Warrior by Karina Avalos, and this is in the category for drama. So let's give it up for Karina.
From the day I was born, before I was 7 years old, I was a smart and joyful child. But when I was 7 years old, I fell from a bike, hit my head, and had a concussion / comatose, and was taken to St. Joseph Hospital in a helicopter. However, the doctors did say that I would pretty much die, not make it. But my mom never lost faith. She would go and pray. She knew I would wake up, and yes, I did wake up, but I woke up having seizures. Growing up in school, it was hard making friends. Nobody liked to hang around me because I hear voices, I see things, I had crisis. Everybody thought I was weird and would push me around. The only true friend I ever had was my mom, because most of my life I only lived with my mom.
It was just me and her. My father left when I was 15 years old. I had my quinceañera without him. My mom was the only person who could make the quinceañera. It wasn't something huge or big. My aunts did come, and I was really, really happy. We celebrated all together. I was the happiest person, loving person, never give up on anyone, to never give up on my own dreams, and to always be strong and brave. That's why here at Recovery Empowerment Network, I will always be here for anyone who needs me, and anyone who knows me outside of here, just come up to me and get some advice. I'm always willing to help others, just like I wanted to help my mom. My mom in July 19th of 2020 sadly passed away, but she will always be in my heart, no matter what. Thanks to her advice, I am no longer any kind of, anger, hatred towards no one, because I love the world thanks to her. I have finally become the overcoming warrior she wanted me to be.
What a perfect title for that documentary, the short documentary we just saw. For the people viewing online, I know Karina's not here, but Karina, thank you for showing that story. It truly is a beautiful story. How many people out there have the courage of what she's doing, putting herself out there and being an inspiration? So Karina, please never change. We appreciate your work. And next up, we got The Shot by John McGord.
You almost feel like you're sitting on a secret, and it's like you just want everybody who suffers and struggles to know about it.
I know what right feels like now because of The Shot, and I can make adjustments.
I'm not one to press a person in a direction, but if anybody asks me about the SGD, I tell them, go ahead, and as soon as you get curious about it, go do it.
I watched my friends burn to death on a dusty road in the middle of Afghanistan. Constant depression and symptoms from PTSD are still something I struggle with continuously. I think the first therapy session I had, like the therapist just started crying and I was like, what the f***? I broke the therapist.
As an ICU nurse, we're used to losses. You know that not every patient is going to make it, but I've never experienced 90% of my patients dying. I've also never experienced my patients having to die alone, with only me holding their hand as they die.
Violence being my tool for so long, I don't really know any other way to be. Such an angry dude, just so angry all the time. And I'm just exhausted. I feel the nerves, and I feel them wide open, they're sensitive, they're raw all the time, it's always there, and then something happens and I boil over and then I'm wide open for days, weeks maybe.
Out of all the emotions, guilt is the only emotion that you can't handle on your own.
By the time I was 15, I was a full-blown alcoholic. My father was a New York City fireman, and on June 27th, 1980, when I was 11 years old, my father walked out the door to go to work, and he didn't come home. He was killed in the line of duty, trying to save another fireman's life. They both died.
I really do a hatchet job on myself. I become hypercritical. Everything, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not a good nurse. I'm not smart enough. I'm not, I'm not enough. That's really, at the end of the day, I'm not enough.
It takes more strength to actually pursue help. The thing's harder to face is that I'm maybe not in as much control as I thought I was in. And that's a tough thing to come to terms with.
And reporting.
See you in Chicago.
See you in Chicago.
It's important for people to know that mental health is a real problem, that it should not be ignored or shoved under the carpet. You can take it for a swim with alcohol or other drugs, but it's going to come back anyway. You need to get it fixed.
There is a real risk of people dying by suicide when they feel that they're broken and that post-traumatic stress is a life sentence. And the beautiful thing about stellate ganglion block is that it helps people to see that their future can be hopeful and that they're not broken. They've suffered from an injury that can now effectively be addressed.
If somebody has a broken leg and you have an x-ray of the leg and it's broken, you don't ask somebody to walk on it. When somebody comes in with PTSD, they go, well, you're weak, something's wrong with you, you don't really have it. When you scan it, you go, oh, you have an amygdala that's hyperactivated. You have a problem, let me help you. Think how powerful that whole concept is.
Stellate ganglion block is the most exciting innovation I've seen in many years of working with people who suffer from trauma. It is an injection of an anesthetic medication that helps to calm the nervous system and reset the fight or flight system to a state of calm.
It's weird for people to even comprehend that something in the neck would do something in the brain.
The procedure itself takes about 15 or 20 minutes. Some people have needed a repeat procedure on the opposite side of their neck the second day. Together, we are seeing results around 90% success.
Sydney, you did really well. You're all done.
The colors are brighter.
I just feel like, I don't know, like light. I don't know how to explain that, like lighter.
Even before I got my glasses, I could see things more clearly, more focused.
I don't feel threatened. I don't feel so worried. Crazy. I don't feel so crazy.
But it's like the information that normally is being flooded in is more focused. I don't feel like I'm all over the place trying to take in all the information at once.
You can literally see on their faces how they look different from before to after. And that's a hard thing to put into words, that when people are successfully treated, their faces change. They become more relaxed. They become people who can approach life again with hope.
Wow. This was rock bottom. Now that triggers. My friend had a Monte Carlo that wasn't working, a 76 Monte Carlo that was parked in that stall, and all of my belongings, all of my clothes, and my body was in that stall asleep every night. I know I stood here at one point and was like, this is it, man. I'm done. I'm just gonna die out here on the streets. Triumph. I beat this. The day before the shot, I have to drag it all out. I have to make my point. I have to be right. I have to finish this conversation. I don't feel compelled to do so anymore. This is actually pretty cool, It's here I am, Here I am.
Leaving to go to Texas to battle the coronavirus, 2,000 miles away from everyone and everything I know and love and have been around my whole life, was not something I would have even considered a few months ago before the procedure. I'm so glad I got this done. I feel like a veil has been lifted. I really do. I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. I feel like I can see things for what they actually are now. Other people's opinions or feelings or whatever, it just doesn't define me anymore. I define me. I was almost addicted to the constant chaos. Am I everywhere I want to be? No, but I am
well on my way, and I have never taken care of myself emotionally. I've never put me first. I put me first this time. I'm strong and fierce and capable, but fragile and feminine and, and loving. And it's not that I don't feel things, I do. It's part of what makes me wonderful at my job.
It was like a film was taken off, seeing the world in a completely different way. Probably spent more time talking to my dad in the last 3 months than I have in 35 years. And as a father myself, I definitely feel like I've probably been more attentive, been able to listen more instead of just bark. After the shot, I don't feel like my life is so short. I spent 35 years of my life living like I wasn't gonna make it to 40. And now everything I'm doing is like thoughts of like long-term survivability. I'm able to kind of spread myself out a little bit more and not just be sucked into my own crap all the time, which is the huge, I don't know if I can even put into words what an amazing feeling that is.
One of the biggest misconceptions is that stellate ganglion block blocks emotions or would prevent people from being able to react if there were a real threat. And it doesn't work that way at all. In fact, people are absolutely able to react. And there's research that shows that stellate ganglion block actually improves the reaction time of special forces operators.
I still get very upset. I still get angry. I still get impatient. I still get sad. I still fuss at people. But now the way that I do it is a lot more, it's controlled in the way that I want it to be. So now instead of exploding and before I know it, I've said some really hurtful things or done really hurtful things, I'm able to explain and then explain again. So it's not magic. It's not a miracle. It doesn't, swoop in and take away all your issues and woes. It's still the same guy. It's not as piping hot. I think there's a lot of people, not just veterans, not just combat veterans, that will benefit from the SGD. Definitely.
I worried, like, well, what is this going to mean for me? Like, am I still going to be this wonderfully loving, emotional, empathetic, compassionate person that I am? And the answer is yes, just without it taking over my life and burying me under the weight of it all. Stellate ganglion block helps shrink my emotional responses down to right size. So everything I felt to the extreme. If I was sad to the extreme. If I was angry to the extreme. If I, was in love with someone I loved to the extreme. There was no balance. There was no middle ground. Everything was either all or it was nothing. And that's a tough place to live. And I lived there for years. If I hadn't had the procedure and these things happened, I can promise you that I would not be sitting here composed and able to have a conversation. I would be all over the place. My head would be pure chaos. And everything would be, blown out of proportion. I wouldn't have been able to be there for my family. I wouldn't have been able to write my brother's eulogy and deliver it in front of 200 people. I'm having a normal reaction and response to loss. I'm a helper by nature. I mean, I'm a nurse. That's my profession. I want to help people. I'm also somebody who's in recovery from addiction. And the only way I maintain my own recovery is by helping somebody else recover from their addiction. So, the thought that if even just someone like me, someone who's not a veteran, or, doesn't see themselves as a first responder or someone deserving of the treatment the way I did. It took me such a long time to get to that place. If seeing me and hearing my story helps them get to that spot where they believe and they know that they deserve to have the freedom from being in a constant state of fight or flight, if that helps, then yeah, I'm all for it. And it
It makes me feel so grateful that I have the opportunity to help deliver this message.
I've been in all kinds of different outpatient programs and gone to different veteran retreats for wellness and tried a whole gamut of things. But nothing has taken that anxiety away, that real like freezing, crippling anxiety like the shot has. You know, when I was in the Marine Corps, you know, being in charge of, you know, a squad of Marines and millions of dollars worth of equipment, and then 10 years later, like, you know, having a hard time just signing my kid up for school prior to the shot. And those kind of things have gotten a lot easier. Recently started art school. I've been able to, since I got the shot, just be able to function on a different level than I was before, without that crippling, freezing feeling.
Well, for one, it's humbling. It's amazing. The other part is my mother killed herself when I was an intern. And that's why I'm so passionate about mental health. I was 24. I was a surgical intern in the county, very intense work. And then, you know, my family fell apart and my father became highly depressed. It's very moving. And again, I feel like every time I hear a story like that, it makes me feel like I've done something and that my mother's death was not in vain. She's looking down at me and smiling. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
As you can see, we do have trophies here. We're excited to have, we have selected winners, and you'll find out at the end of it. So that means you do have to stay tuned to find out who's gonna win what. For all the people that are live streaming out there, thank you for being with us. I just want to remind you guys that we are collecting donations for a great nonprofit. If you feel so inclined to do so, you can go ahead and donate online by visiting. You can go ahead and visit. I'm sorry, I'm blanking right now. CreativeDrillSergeants.org. You can donate online, or you can donate here. We do have a tip box. And remember, snacks. We don't want to take them home with us. We bought them for this purpose, so please buy snacks from us. They will benefit the nonprofit organization. And we're gonna go ahead and continue on with the rest of the show. And as you can see, we do have the trophies. I know you guys are wondering who's getting what, but you guys will have to find out. And in the meantime, we are gonna go ahead and watch the panda and the rice. I'm sorry, hold on, let me make sure I'm getting this right. I do not want to mess it up. We are gonna watch the panda and the rice cooker. Can I get a big round of applause for that? It is by Christian Washington. this is called Gracias por tu amor by Karina Avalos. We just saw her in the project where she was the warrior, and now she's gonna show us some diversity. So I'm excited for this one. Let's give it up for Karina again.
Tía Tila, gracias por tu amor que es incondicional. Tú me has aceptado como tu hija, ahora que mi mamá ya no está. Siempre que veo tu sonrisa, brilla el sol. Pero cuando lloras, las nubes cubren el sol. Gracias por ser la mujer más fuerte y más dulce madre que Dios nos dio a nosotras. Es mi ángel más grande que mi mamá me dejó, porque ella vive en las dos. Gracias por tu amor.
Like we've said earlier, it does take a lot of guts and courage to put your emotions out in the world. So I think that's another reason why Karina is such a gift to us. As you can see in her art, she doesn't hold back. That was basically a poem to her mom. Very powerful, Karina. So I know people are out there watching. They've also lost loved ones. So thank you, Karina, for being an outlet for the rest of us. And now we're gonna switch gears to beauty and mental health. I'm so sorry. I don't want to pronounce your name. Last name is Luckett. Beauty and mental health. So here we go.
How does beauty and mental health relate to you?
Michael, how does beauty and mental health relate to you?
Well, you know, beauty and mental health go hand in hand. I live with my own mental health struggles, and the best medicine for me is exercise because it boosts self-esteem and confidence.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mac, how important is appearance to a person's happiness?
How important is appearance to a person's happiness? I would say for me, when I look good, I feel good. And when I feel good, I exude self-confidence, and self-confidence makes me happy.
Thank you. Okay, so hello, Dora.
Hi.
Hi. How can taking care of yourself help you feel better?
Well, I realized that taking care of myself, I'm able to help my family, my loved one, my friends when they're in need.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important to be positive in life, see things in a different perspective, and move forward. That way you can help your loved ones.
You're right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope you do something fun this weekend.
It will be.
Just let me check on that for you, okay? Just give me one moment. Hey.
Steven,
Hi.
how does your morning routine benefit your mental health?
It pretty much just sets the tone for the day and allows me to just start each day fresh, but ultimately it just increases my productivity.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rebecca, how can taking care of yourself help you feel better?
Taking care of myself helps me spiritually, mentally, and physically. It also helps me grow in my recovery.
God, love, peace, love, and happiness.
Thank you.
Excuse me, brother. Let me ask you a question. I'm doing a piece on beauty and mental health. How important do you think hygiene is to a man's confidence?
Oh, it's most important.
builds his self-esteem. He smells good. He feels good. He gets in contact with very important people. And you know, there's some women that can tend to work on their hygiene levels as well.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am simply amazing. I am a fine piece of art. I am not broken, and I am a goddess.
And how do you view your appearance?
You're supposed to show up and show out for yourself and set the tone for others. You know, if you have a good mind, you have a good soul, and everything will work out for you. And that is the definition of true beauty. So, Sheila, what is beauty to you?
Big sexy, baby.
I'm thinking about how on earth I'm gonna see you again. Wondering if that dude was more than a friend. I know I got a reputation, but right now I feel like I'm taken. Oh, I can't stop thinking about you. Trying to sleep, no pillow will do. I'm running my mind over time. I stay wide as the moon. Girl, you know I can't stop thinking about you.
Big sexy.
From that is love yourself how you look. You saw how much they embrace themselves? I feel like this director would really appreciate if we walked out here embracing ourselves just as much as we're casted. And honestly, let's give her another round of applause because that's a beautiful message, especially nowadays with everything going on. So big round of applause. Thank you for showing us that. And next up, we got Call Screening by Taylor Koss.
Now listen to me, Jack. You are never gonna get over your ex if you don't delete her number from your phone. I'm sorry to say it, it's the simple truth.
Thank you so much for this advice. I'll get right to it. Cut her out of my life.
Yeah, and you're doing yourself a favor, I promise. Now, thank you very much for your call. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, we will hear a short message from our sponsors.
Hey, you want a coffee?
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Reb. How do you think the show's going?
Well, you sure know how to give your callers advice.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you told Jack, the one going through a depression over a breakup, to cut her out of his life. You also yelled at him.
Well, that was just the one call.
You also kept referring to Joe with identity crisis as George.
Hey, this is Sabrina. I have to take this.
Yep, go ahead. How is she?
I'll let you know after the call. Okay. Hey, Sabrina. What's up? I told you I can't pick you up till after the show, right?
Yeah, I know, you did. I was wondering if you would be able to transfer some money into my account. We're thinking of going to the theater after the mall.
Money, huh? Okay, let's think about it. What movie are you going to see?
The new superhero one.
Okay, I'll transfer it, but only if you tell me how the end credit scene is.
I will, I'll stay.
Okay. Hey, the show's about to go back on the air, so I'll have Rebecca send you the money. I love you.
Okay, I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Evan, you've got Mike on the mic. I understand you're feeling lost.
Yeah.
How are you feeling lost?
Thank you for answering. I'm lost.
Okay. What makes you feel lost right now?
Well, I just moved to town, and I don't know what my friends mean when they say go on the I-10 and then take the exit on...
Evan.
Yes?
Are you calling for directions right now?
Yes.
Okay, Evan, the 10 is the long freeway that goes to the center of town. It connects California to Tucson. There's a tunnel in the middle. From there, just figure it out. Thank you for your call. And with that, folks, we're going to actually take a short break and hear a message from our sponsors.
Welcome back, everyone. Michael seems to be a little dazed right now. Maybe thinking about his life choices and not hosting the show.
Sorry, Rebecca. I might have to leave the show a little bit early.
Oh, all right.
Do you mind hosting the show for the last few minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sorry about that. Thank you for calling into the show. What can I help you with today?
Hi, yeah, my name is Chris, and
Yeah. Chris, thank you so much for calling into the show. How can I help you today?
hello, Rebecca. Yeah, I was actually hoping to talk to Michael about a problem I currently have with a child.
He just walked into the booth. I think we have to help you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. What a nice surprise.
Michael, this is Chris. She's a babysitter asking for help with the child she's with right now.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. Hello, Chris. You've got Mike on the mic. I guess you have a problem with a child?
Hello, Michael. Yeah, this child I'm babysitting, she seems to be behaving poorly for me.
Okay, behavior issues can present themselves in a lot of different ways. Let's dig in. Can you give me any details?
Yeah, she just seemed to be fighting me a lot on certain issues and just didn't want to listen to me.
I'm sorry, Chris. That sounded like, the way you said that, it sounded like you don't have this problem anymore. Is that the case?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. You should know what I'm talking about, right? You know, with your daughter and all.
How do you know I have kids? I don't make that problem.
Oh, Michael, it's not too hard to have it as public knowledge if you have her in the back seat of your car.
Check out Sabrina.
Sabrina. Oh, it's nice to have a name to that little face now.
Why are you doing this?
Michael, oh my gosh. Okay, stay with me. Before you start to freak out, I just came to talk business. Maybe give you a few ratings on your show as well.
What?
I am up for negotiating Sabrina's release, though. I'm not some monster.
What?
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
What?
Are you able to say anything else besides what? You know, at this rate, Michael, Sabrina's never gonna find out the ending of that new superhero movie she so desperately wanted to see.
Why are you doing this?
I'm in it for the money. Yeah, I know, it sounds shallow, but it is the truth. The truth isn't always so creative.
Okay. It's money. How much do you want? What do you need?
Oh, finally, straight to the point. Oh, that's why I took your daughter. No fussing, no hussing, and no bull with you. So, the amount I'm in need of is $50,000.
What?
Oh, Pulp Fiction! That's what I was thinking of earlier, that movie. Oh, it's a good thing your name isn't Melvin. So, do we have a deal?
Yeah. I'll pay whatever.
Wow,
Just tell
I'm
me where to
surprised
send
you
it.
can make that much working on talk radio. I'll drop your daughter off safely with her friends.
Please do not hurt her. My kids are everything to me. They're all that I
Your
have.
kids? Both of your children, Michael? Let me ask you something. While we're on this topic, would you be willing to pay the same price for your daughter as for your son, Mason?
Stay away from Mason.
Oh, you know I can't do that now, Michael. You jumped on 50,000 so easily with Sabrina. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to raise his to 60,000. So, do you want to accept this new deal? Or do you never...
Chris? 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 Mason? Pick up.
I'm sorry, Mason is unable to come to the phone right now. If you would like to leave your final remarks for him, please leave them after the beep.
Before continuing on, I just want to give a big shout out to Christian. He is here. He's actually helping out production. In case you guys don't know him, he is a writer/director, and he founded 52 Productions. I worked with them before. They're very professional. They wear many different hats, and it's very nice to see how much work they put in behind the scenes. They don't have a big team, but their big team makes pretty solid work. So can we give Christian a big round of applause, guys? Let's give it up for Christian. And 52 Productions, keep on the lookout for their work, because if they hit you to collaborate, you better take that invitation. They're very legit, so keep their name in your radar. And before we continue on, because I know you guys want to know who's winning what award, but before we do that, we have a couple more films. And the next film is Stem to Stone, and this is directed by Brian Burdett. So let's give it up for Brian Burdett.
What's most important to every single one of these families is that they don't want their loved ones forgotten.
This is something tangible that they can take this wreath in their hands and place it. What's so special about what we do is that we have an opportunity. We have the opportunity to teach them the why.
And one of the opportunities really is this tree tagging program.
I make the dog tags for the individual that requests them. Once the tag is placed on the tree actually becomes their tree. Being a veteran myself, it means close to as much to me to be able to make the tags for these people.
It's only fitting today that I honor Command Sergeant Major Timothy Boyer. Command Sergeant Major Timothy Boyer, U.S. Army. January 15, 1976, killed in action, Maywan Province, Afghanistan, 3 September 2018.
The magic of what we do from stem to stone is how we gather all that people have to offer. One set of hands that picked a brush, and then it was one set of hands that made the wreath. And then it was one set of hands who put on the bow, and how it went from one set of hands to another. And it just connected so many people, and it would be one set of hands that finally got to the place where it laid the wreath. We could not do what we do without the trucks and without the trucking industry.
I take wreaths down to Arlington National Cemetery once a year and go down there and place wreaths, and
honor, remember, and teach. There's a lot of personal reasons from me and stuff, the reason why I do what I do. My truck represents all the unsung heroes. I want to sit there and say the main reason why I do this is because I have a son that has served, and I lost him. And I lost him May 14th, 2007. And that was on a Mother's Day. And it hurt. It really did. It hurt me tremendously. After I had lost him and stuff, I stayed bottled up. I just wanted to be left alone. And I stayed bottled up for about 10 years. And then when I finally got to Reese Across America and started meeting like people like Karen and Merle and all the Gold Star family members, it means the world to me, you know, because it helps me. It helps me get through the day.
We are proud Gold Star parents of Specialist Dustin J. Harris. He was killed in Iraq in April of 2006.
You can't just sit and let it engulf you. You have to be involved with something. And Reese Across America was one of those things.
It shows, you know, a lot of us that our sons and daughters didn't die in vain, that there are people appreciative of that.
He was a senior in high school when the planes hit the Twin Towers and the Pentagon and Shanksville, and it took him right here. He was determined to become a soldier. He could have been in Arlington, but I am glad that we have him right here at home with us.
The most humbling part that there is to being able to carry a load of wreaths to Arlington National Cemetery.
To go to Arlington and you see the thousands of people that come to attend this. You've got families going by themselves with a couple children and the mother and father, and they have one wreath and they're trying to teach their kids. You know, you've got to pinch yourself, really. This has come from what it started with to what it is today.
I think about my son every time I come up here. Hey, Jeff. Whew, I love you. And I miss you. But look at these. Look what we did. We completed a mission. And it's all for the sacrifice that you gave me and your family. I love you, boy.
And again, I want to re-emphasize on the mission statement for the nonprofit that we are fundraising for today. As you can see, we have veterans that they help them cope with their mental well-being through the arts. And being in the arts is a powerful thing, especially for people who have been through a lot. And like I said, veterans out there, if we ever take you for granted, we're so sorry. We know you have so much on the line, and we appreciate it. And again, you can donate to creativedrillsergeants.org online, or you can make a donation here in person. We do have a tip jar up front. So please keep that in mind. Let's keep helping these people find their outlets through the arts. And next up on the list, we have To Be Forgotten by Jorge Alvarez. So let's give it up for To Be Forgotten. Thank you, guys.
I am a vet. I served 4 years. I was stationed at Fort Lauderdale, Missouri. From there, went to Fort Bliss in El Paso. My specialty was 74 Delta, which is CBRN hazmat.
Todd Rivers. I'm a 48-year United States Navy veteran. Deal with a lot of guys that come home with PTSD, deal with depression. And the resources are just not here to deal with it. And with mental illness comes substance abuse. You get guys that get caught up in the grips of addiction because of mental illness, and the system do a lot of talking, but as far as veterans, this should be a primary.
People who aren't veterans, trying to help veterans. Take, for example, you got a drug counselor trying to tell somebody how not to do drugs, but they never experienced it.
Oh.
So, to me, I feel like the people can't relate to us veterans, really. You know, people who've actually served their country, you know, come back and, you know, and want to succeed in society, because nobody wants to live like this.
You serve this country, and this is what you come home to do. They throw you in a building like this and say they're doing something for you. When the needs of these guys with mental health problems, these guys with substance abuse problems, is put on the back burner. So if you take a guy with mental health problems, substance abuse problems, and you some type of way get him into a rundown building in the Bronx, so that's the first place they're gonna try to send you. And you haven't addressed any of the problems, what have you done? You just wasted taxpayer money.
Now we have Slab of Love by Barbara Proctor. So let's give it up for Barbara.
Porcelain consists of two essential ingredients: kaolin, also called china clay, a silicate material that gives porcelain its plasticity, its structure, and pentose, or pottery stone, which gives the ceramic its translucency and hardness. Personally, I like to work with clay because it is so malleable and I can make it any shape I want. First step is wedging the clay to prepare it for use by making the clay pliable, as well as ridding it of air pockets that would cause the piece to explode when fired. Because I am using a new bag of clay, this step can be skipped. When I join two pieces of clay together, I need to scratch the surface with a pen tool on both sides of the joint and then coat it with the mixture of slip. Slip is a mixture of clay and water. After the joint is made and it is smoothed down, when you make a mistake in everyday life and know it can be improved upon, scoring and connecting two pieces is like the intertwining of two ideas. Scarring the clay is just like life. The scars, both physical and mental, become stronger at their bond. The final step is glazing the clay body and then firing it at a higher temperature for the glaze. Lastly, you open the cooled down kiln and see how your pieces turned out. Working with clay brings me a real sense of accomplishment through growing from an idea to a completed work of art.
Thank you, Barbara, for showcasing that wonderful art. And following up Barbara is gonna be Bubble by Brianna Valenzuela. So, give it up for Brianna Valenzuela. Following up that animation is gonna be The Cactus Cat by Sarah W. And Sarah, if you're watching, the only reason that I'm saying it's Sarah W is because I do not want to mispronounce your name. So, much respect to you, Sarah, and here's The Cactus Cat.
can't believe it's already been a whole year.
So crazy. It's definitely been a year to remember.
Yeah. You remember that one time you forgot the caution wet floor sign and you fell and everybody was laughing at you?
I forgot about that. They really need to make those signs bigger.
That's true. I'm pretty sure that was embarrassing too.
It was, and I am not the only one who has an embarrassing moment though. Do you remember when we were at the sky ride at the zoo and your sandal fell off and it landed on the camel, and then you had to walk around barefoot for the rest of the day?
Yeah, and I'm sure the zookeeper hated me for that because he had to take care of it.
And that's why we're not allowed back there anymore. Hey, is it cool if I go to the bathroom really quickly? I'll be really fast.
Yeah, okay, take your time. Yo, can I talk to you for a sec? Yeah, dude, she's just been a little too annoying lately. She's been asking me to do things that I don't want to, and she's just been too much. And, yeah, no, she's in the bathroom. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna break up with her. She's coming back. I'll come back.
Hey, so it's been a great night, don't you think?
Yeah, can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, sure. I think we might be thinking the same thing.
Let's say it at the same time.
Okay. 3,
2,
1.
Let's
I want to
break
get
up.
married.
One more notch. Let us go. Ready, set, go. That's what we're talking about. So now that you guys did that, here is her monster.
See, rocker arm, 0.035. It's so easy. I don't know why he acts like that. Oh my god, you little gremlin! Are you ready for bed?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm gonna come tuck you in.
Can you read me a story?
It's too late, sweetie. You have to be up in the morning for school, okay?
Okay.
What's wrong?
I can't find him.
Mr. Turtle?
Yeah, I can't find him. Where is he?
He's here.
Thank you, Mommy.
Okay, it's late. It's time for bed. So, do you want me to check for monsters in the closet?
No. It's okay. The monster's in here.
Okay. Sarah? Where did you get this? Sarah, you know you can tell me anything. Please tell me, how did you get this bruise? Sarah! Did he? Sarah, did he do this to you? Son of a bitch. Sarah told me what you've been doing to her while I'm not here.
What the hell are you talking about?
Found bruises on Sarah's arms. She told me you've been hurting her.
You're reaching, Vanessa. Don't be accusing me. I just got home and this is what I'm greeted to.
I can't believe you would do that to her. You're supposed to be her father!
I never said I did anything to her. She could have got hurt at school or some shit.
Screw you, James. I know it was you. I'm turning your ass in.
You dare, Vanessa. You touch that bone and I swear.
Or what, James? What are you gonna do about it?
Is that fear I smell?
Bitch! I fucking told you not to go for it!
Fuck you, James!
Fuck me? Shut the fuck up! I'll do what I want, and you're not gonna tell anyone. You! Here! Stop! Sarah. Shit.
Why are you here, child?
Why is he hurting my mommy? Please save us, Mr. Happy. I don't like it when he hurts us.
Is that so?
Sarah! Where are you?
Don't worry, child.
There you are. Really, under the bed? Get out from under there. Did you honestly think you could hide from me? Let's go. We're leaving. Come on, Cupcake. Don't shut down on me now. Be a good girl and do what I say. You keep this up, and this is gonna get a lot worse for you.
No, it is you who should be scared.
What?
What's wrong, James? You look as if you've seen a monster.
It's okay, Mr. Turtle. Mr. Happy saved us.
You don't have to worry anymore, my child.
Thank you, Mr. Happy.
She stable?
Yep, perfect.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, no problem. So,
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Detective Berube. If you don't mind, I have a few questions for you. So, what transpired this evening that resulted in your husband's death?
I confronted James after I found bruises on Sarah. He attacked me and I blacked out. The last thing I saw was Sarah in her doorway. After that, I don't remember anything.
Was there anyone else in the home besides you and your daughter?
No, just James.
I hope you understand. We're just trying to piece this together. It's all a bit confusing. Were you aware that James took out a rather large life insurance policy about a year ago?
No. After what I found on Sarah, I never knew him.
Just get some rest, all right? I'll probably have a few more questions for you later. I'm just going to talk to your daughter a little bit, okay?
What's your name?
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Officer Maxwell. I want to help you, so I need to ask you a few questions first. Is that okay?
Okay.
Can you tell me what happened here?
Mr. Happy stopped Daddy from hurting us.
Mr. Happy? Where's Mr. Happy, Sarah?
He's the monster that lives under my bed.
What's your friend's name?
Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle. You seem like a smart girl, Sarah. And I don't want to upset you any more than you already are. But my friends and I are going to have to borrow Mr. Turtle for a bit to collect evidence. Do you know what evidence is?
No, not Mr. Turtle.
There's dried blood on the rack.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Detective Berube. We need to take
Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle with us to clean him up a bit. He's pretty dirty, don't you think?
He is a little dirty. Will you bring him back?
Of course, Sarah. We aren't monsters.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have you put him in a plastic bag for me, okay? Thank you, Sarah. We'll take very good care of him. And we'll get him back to you as soon as we can, okay?
Where are they taking my mommy?
Oh, don't worry. We're just gonna take her to the hospital, get checked out, okay?
Okay.
I noticed this is a rabbit, but you call him Mr. Turtle. How come?
Yes, sir. What's your name, son? Connor, sir. A really important task for you. Yes, sir. Throw this away. Say hi to Roseanne. That makes sense.
Detective Randolph.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Okay.
Good to see you. Listen, we're gonna be here like a super duper long time. I don't want you to be bored or anything like that. So I'm gonna ask Officer Maxwell to take you to see your mom at the hospital. Would that be okay?
It's all right. Come on, Sarah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The wife has no recollection of the events past her assault. And there was no trail from the room to her to show she wasn't even involved in his death. I mean, other than motive, the life insurance policy, what do we have?
Nothing much. It's that crime scene. There's no hairs, there's no fibers, there's very little trace evidence. And the only DNA we have is of that little girl.
What are you saying? You don't think she...
It makes no sense. And I don't know what the hell I'm saying. All I know is whoever did this definitely didn't want to move.
Welcome, bro.
No, man. Why do you insist on eating at every goddamn crime scene? We just got our asses chewed by the captain for the last one because you dripped donut jelly in the body of a blind girl.
Come on, I cleaned it up.
Here. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? Put it into evidence, you idiot.
Hey, sweetie. You ready for bed?
Yes, Mom.
Do you want me to check for monsters under the bed?
No. It's okay, Mom.
Okay. Love you.
Where is that ball? Thank you, Mr. Happy.
Thanks, Mr. Happy.
Dry lightning cracks across the sky. Those storm clouds gather in her eyes. Daddy was a mean old mister. Mama was an angel in the ground. The weatherman called for a twister. She prayed, blow it down.
is Mr. Turtle? Mr. Happy.
Sarah is my child, and I am her monster.
Wow, what a journey's told by Ted. Ted, what goes on in your mind? Is what I think some of us want to know. Really quick, do you want to give a couple words on that project? Oh, sorry, I can't see. It's do you want to say something really quick, Ted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll just have you guys speaking up here, and then I'll have you speaking on the mic so our live streamers can hear you as well.
Wow, it's bright. Yeah, I get it. Can't see anything. So, I guess what went into my mind when writing for Monster was originally when me and my ex were sitting down, we were talking about how we would possibly write a horror film, and I had a hard time trying to come up with a good concept story that was pretty much original, and it doesn't have to deal with the usual slasher films that everybody's starting to throw out there lately. So I just kind of wanted to do something a little bit different, and I also kind of wanted to dive into, the spousal and child abuse and how individuals in that situation and what they might think or want in that situation, and to think that if you were in an abusive relationship, don't you just wish there was someone or something that would just save you from being hurt? And so we created this Mr. Happy monster and utilized him as like an entity that can go in and protect these individuals that have been hurt and abused. And I wanted to kind of make him out to not be a monster, but to be a hero or a guardian of sorts in the film, and that not all monsters are actual monsters. And so, and the real monsters are pretty much people. So, the live streamers. Oh, okay. I guess I'm here. So yeah, like I was saying, is that that not monsters in general, from movie monsters and stuff like that, are usually the bad guy, right? But in this general sense, I wanted the movie monster to be the good guy, and the person in the movie to be the bad guy, and make the monster the hero. So it was a different concept, and I think it's performed pretty well within the film circuit. And it's been received quite accepting. So I just was very excited to hear about all the other festivals that we put it in, and getting awards and stuff for that. So
Can you tell us to the awards you received? Because I'm sure I've seen it on my Facebook post. Yeah. I've seen Gabby. Gabby's one of the main actresses. Can you tell us? I know you guys have won multiple awards at this point.
Right.
Can you tell us the top three that you were the most excited to see?
I don't
top two.
I don't remember like the names, because we entered Her Monster into 40 film festivals. So we did our screening event, and our screening event raised money, and that money that we raised would go into entering the Her Monster into as many film festivals as we could. So that money that we raised was able to get that movie into as many film festivals. And Her Monster actually, if I look here real quick, one of them, the first one was actually the Hollywood Blood Horror Fest. That was actually the most exciting one, only because of the fact that that film festival, I thought we just won one award for best horror film, 11 awards for that one festival. Best cinematography, best actress,
crap, like, you know, that many awards for one award, you know. So, and then since then we've won several other awards. Some festivals we didn't actually get entered into, but that's the game of being in, trying to get through with some of them. Bigger opportunity into some of them. Then the other one, obviously, is what I liked was the Gladiator film. That one was actually something interesting for me because the Gladiator Film Festival was based in Greece. And so not only is Her Monster an award winner for, you know, LA, Turkey and Greece has won. Her Monster has won in, so it's not. It's an international winner too. So that's something that I'm very proud of, and I'm really proud of everybody that was involved in this movie. Without Rob Kibosky, just killed.
Congratulations again. All right, we are down to the last film on our roster. Energy with Mika Burdett, and her project is Equality. So let's give it up for Mika and Equality. Last film, let's go.
Racism is an ever-current issue in our lives. The first time I experienced racism was either at 15 or 16. I can remember like it was yesterday. It happened at my boyfriend's house at the time. My boyfriend was playing video games. He turned to me and says, "My parents don't like you because you're half black." At that moment, my heart sank. I thought to myself, how can someone not like someone due to their race? Me being half black and half white makes me scared. Every day I'm afraid that if something were to happen, my well-being would be in danger. One day, I hope that I won't live in fear on a daily basis. One day, I hope that society will look past color and see that no matter what color, we are all the same at the end of the day.
That's out there in the movie world, everybody that's out there in the movie world, just know that production assistants, you play such a big part too. Anybody who helps funds too, people like you guys supporting, we appreciate it. And I know we have so many rounds of applause, but come on guys, we just have to give it up for everybody out there. And now it's the moment that we've all been waiting for. Who's ready to hear who won what? Because let me tell you, we have some winners here. We have trophy winners, and we have a cash winner with a trophy. And I know with today's economy and inflation, these $300 will really help you out. So, can I get a drum roll, guys? Can I get a little bit of a drum roll so I can tell you who the first winner is? I need to hear that momentum keep going and going and going. So the winner for best The winner for Best Comedy is, you guys ready? Can I get a countdown to 3 for Best Comedy? Jonah! Congratulations for Best Comedy. I believe Jonah is one of the live streamers, so is that the trophy for Jonah? Yes. Let me go. We need to showcase this to Jonah because he's online. Jonah, congratulations. Best Comedy. And now for Best Drama. Now this category was pretty hard to choose. I mean, I wasn't one of the judges, but I can assume because we had multiple drama entries. Best Drama goes to, can I get the countdown again? I need a 3, 2, 1. Call Screening. Congratulations. Oh, Christian, 52 Production. You have Christian. I'm going to give you 15 seconds for an acceptance speech. Go.
Do I need a microphone or?
Yeah, you're gonna need a mic. Here you go.
Sorry. All right. All I can really say is thank you. I never thought I would actually get an award for film, so this is a real surprise. The big screen. For my director, Taylor Koss, who sadly is not here.
That was way more than 15 seconds, but it was a great speech. And next we have for Best Horror. I mean, you're just going to have to add another award to your already award-winning film. Her Monster. Congratulations. Your 15 seconds starts
15 seconds.
now.
I'll do it because I was the editor. It was all me. No, this is all because of Ted. We appreciate all your hard work.
Oh man, this is awesome. Another award for Her Monster, and I just want to let everybody know that this goes out to everybody that was involved in this production. I am so very grateful for every single one of them that was involved. Thank you.
And moving right along for Best Animation, please give it up for Cactus Cat. They are not here to accept their award, but I can already imagine they want to say thank you and they're grateful. And next on the list is for the Best Veteran Maid. Are you guys ready for this one? It is Watch Your Language. Congratulations. And next, for the Best Veteran or Military Focus goes to, I'm not biased, but I really enjoyed this film, and it is Forgotten. The director was here at one point. They're not here anymore, but you did an amazing job, so congratulations. And now for Best Documentary is The Count. And now, the cash prize winner. Not only do you get $300, and not only do you get a trophy, a bigger trophy than everybody else, but you also get the title of the Best of Fest. And for this one, I'm gonna need a drum roll. And I'm gonna need a countdown. Congratulations, Alex Kennedy for Blagondarni. Your 15 seconds starts now.
Oh boy. I just want to thank everybody that's been involved in my life. Huge contributor of my filmmaking process. Dad, just biggest supporter. Biggest thing I want to say is everybody has a story to tell, and I hope that you guys can tell your stories that you want to put out there. And don't worry about comparing yourself to Hollywood or all the big budget movies. Your story needs to be made. It needs to be out there, and I hope.
I want to thank everybody who came out here. Everybody who won an award who has it, I'd like to be able to do some photos at the backdrop. Would appreciate it over on the red carpet, okay? You're all welcome to be on the red carpet after this is all done, okay?
So everybody, thank you guys so much for sticking around. Let's give it one last big round of applause for the second annual Valor Film and Music Festival. And a big round of applause to Ash for putting this together. Thank you, Ash. Thank you for making this happen. I hope you guys enjoyed your night. We'll see you next year. And don't forget, pictures at the red carpet. All the winners be there, and all the attendees be there as well. We'd love to take a picture with you guys. And we'd love to see you guys posted on social media. So we'll be seeing you guys next year. Thank you, and get home safe, everybody.